reporting.
The coronavirus pandemic did not stop the LGBTQ community from marching in the streets of San Francisco today, but it wasn't for gay rights, rather what they called the liberation of black, brown, and indigenous people. Protesters were calling for police to be removed from schools, the streets, and communities. Instead, they say they'd like to see more money spent on social services. This rally comes after the official Pride Parade was canceled because of COVID-19 and held instead online. A few homes are damaged and almost 500 acres of land are scorched after a wildfire in Utah. The fire chief in that area says fireworks started the fire, and the person who set off the fireworks is cooperating with investigators. Utah's lieutenant governor says he was worried the fire would destroy dozens of homes, but the fire chief says local, state, and federal crews were able to protect most of them. Rain also helped.
And it looks like we are going to see a little less rain than we did last week here in the coastal bend. It's going to be definitely rather hot and humid. We're seeing mild evenings. Now there is a second wave of that Saharan dust that's going to be approaching. I'll tell you when, right after the break.
And Tom will also have more on some video we were showing you earlier, those strong waves out there, our beaches. We'll have more on that, and how a local church is helping the community get through the pandemic. Those stories and more after the break.
Now, your KRIS 6 weather forecast with meteorologist Tom Harris.
And welcome back. We did see a little bit more blue skies today, but it's still a mixture of sun and clouds. It's the wind that was a bit of a problem. Take a look at a time-lapse camera and the Kingsville area with our weather bug. Now the wind is also giving us some pretty big waves, and that got a couple of folks into trouble out near Mustang Island today. This is video given to us from the Nueces County Emergency Services District number 2. There were 3 people in a 25-foot boat, and you can see it right there. Well, they made a wrong turn, the boat flipped, and emergency crews were able to go out and rescue those 3 people successfully. But we're going to see high winds over the next couple of days, so definitely be very, very cautious as you head out on any of the waterways. We're looking at 82 degrees right now out at the airport. Some cloudy skies. The winds are out of the south-southeast, 17 miles per hour. Daytime high today was still only in the upper 80s, 87 normally this time of year, right around 92 degrees. We did pick up a trace of rain out at the airport. Temperatures right now, 84 in Rockport, 82 in Beeville, also 82 in Alice, but it's the humidity that makes it feel much hotter, especially in the afternoon. Those dew point temperatures in the upper 70s. We do get the breeze though, and that has been helping out a little bit. Right now it's still breezy with the winds out of the southeast, about 15 to 20 miles per hour. As we head into Monday, it's not going to drop off too much by 5 a.m., but then you can see they really start to expand again in the afternoon, so it is going to be rather windy. Small craft exercise caution, probably another small craft advisory for tomorrow, but we'll wait and see. But the seas are going to be running 4 to 6 feet. The bays are going to be choppy to rough. Now, we did see a little bit more of that cloud cover coming back. We've got these showers kind of blowing up over the mountains of Mexico, and that's shooting some of the cloud cover in here, but not expecting much in the way of any wet weather. We're going to stay partly sunny and breezy for much of the work week ahead. It's going to be very hot, very humid. Now, we can't rule out a stray shower or two. And as we take a look at the future tracker, you can see some of the showers out to the west, a little batch moving to our north, and maybe with the sea breeze might have the dynamics in place for a shower. Right now it's 87 degrees in Amarillo, 81 in Dallas, Houston coming in at 84. Here's what's happening around the rest of the country. A couple of problem spots. Big thunderstorms developed today along parts of the Northeast. Have severe thunderstorm watches in effect for the Dakotas. Then we got this storm system along the Pacific Northwest. It is giving us some cooler temperatures. 57 right now in Boise. Salt Lake City is at 56, but most of the middle part of the country is above average. Now, as we look at the dust tracker, we can see that not a lot in our area left, but Florida is a different ball game. But here is the next batch coming in from the Caribbean, and this is just starting to come into the Bay of Campeche, and slowly it's going to be drifting toward our area. We should probably see that by Thursday. Here's a look at our forecast for tonight. Mostly cloudy, warm and humid. We'll see an overnight low only 79 degrees. Then for tomorrow, it is going to be warmer. It's going to be right around 92 degrees. Heat index values 105 to 109. So that's why you got to use caution when you're spending a lot of time outdoors. And most of the week ahead, temperatures will be in the lower 90s. That dust comes in Thursday and Friday. As far as your 4th of July, we're looking for about 93 degrees, but the good news is it should be mostly dry.
Getting through this with stories to help you get back on track. This is the Rebound Coastal Bend.
And as we rebound from the coronavirus pandemic, some families are struggling to have enough food. KRIS 6 News reporter Chelsea Torres reports a local church is helping out those folks.
Casa de Dios is doing everything they can to provide assistance to residents right here in our community, and they're able to do that thanks to a grant from Board and Milk. 4,000 gallons of milk arrive at Casa de Dios every Tuesday morning, supplied by Board and Milk through a grant from the USDA's Farmers to Families Food Box program.
We have over 44 churches and organizations that come and we pass it on to them so they can distribute in their community.
Fresh milk is sent all over the Coastal Bend during these drive-through food distributions. With help from the Coastal Bend Food Bank, Casa de Dios holds 2 distributions every week. They not only give out a gallon of milk, but also boxes of fresh food.
And that just tells us that if they're waiting for an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes, they really need it.
Because all of this does help a lot of families, especially us.
Pastor Fernando Ramirez says Casa de Dios has helped over 1,350 families just in their community. He says there is a reason they do their distributions on Tuesday nights and Saturday afternoons.
We are able to reach our working community that cannot leave their jobs to go get in line to receive the help.
Casa de Dios is also asking for help. The church needs a refrigerated truck so they can help distribute the gallons of milk to other communities in the Coastal Bend that haven't received it. You can find more information about their food distributions on our website, kristv.com/rebound. For the Rebound Coastal Bend, I'm Chelsea Torres.
All right, thank you, Chelsea. Casa de Dios is located at 3402 Ayers Street, right across from the Ayers Event Center. If your personal relationships are strained right now, you're not alone. Counselors are busy right now with appointments for couples having a hard time dealing with working from home together, layoffs, and other things. Experts say when you're anxious, it's harder for you to be attentive to your partner. They say you can manage that stress by simply asking the other person what you can do to support them. And get this, they say to have a code word for when you get too stressed out.
That means I cannot be my best self right now. This conversation will go nowhere good. I definitely want to come back to it, but I need to take a little bitty time out.
Counselors say to check in with each other in the morning and then schedule your work day with a few breaks for family time built in. And don't forget, if you have a story idea or a question about the coronavirus or the rebound, just email us at rebound@kristv.com. Still to come on KRIS 6 News at 10, it may be another decade until Harriet Tubman's on the $20 bill. What the holdup is after the break.
This is KRIS 6 News at 10.
Thanks for being with us, folks. It could be another 10 years before we see Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. The Treasury Department says replacing former President Andrew Jackson, a slaveholder, with Tubman may not happen until 2030. Plans to do it came about under President Obama's administration. The Federal Reserve and the Secret Service have since chosen to release it in 2030 to allow them to fit the bill with more advanced security features. New $10 and $50 bills will now be released before the new $20 bill. The Coastal Bend Food Bank needs your help. The nonprofit group needs volunteers for an upcoming food giveaway in Duval County. They need people to help unload boxes, sort, and load food into trucks. The event's happening on Tuesday in Benavides. If you'd like to help, go to our website, kristv.com, for how to sign up. A World War II Coast Guard veteran is being celebrated on his 100th birthday. Andy Washington celebrated with family and friends in New Orleans yesterday. Washington served in the Coast Guard from 1942 to 1946. A parade of well-wishers drove through his neighborhood to celebrate with him. And the commanding officer of Coast Guard Base New Orleans presented Washington with a Coast Guard flag to commemorate the occasion. Happy birthday, Mr. Washington. Well, stay with us. Meteorologist Tom Harris will have a final check of the forecast when we come back.
And welcome back. It looks like it's going to be a quiet evening here in the coastal bend, but get ready for some hot and humid conditions pretty much all week long as we take a live look outside. Their current temperature in Kingsville, 83 degrees. It may only drop a degree or two overnight. Definitely feels like summer. The winds are out of the south-southeast, 14 miles per hour. This is what we're looking for your Monday. At the start of the day, maybe 80 degrees. Going to warm up to about 92, so it is going to be warmer with a heat index value between 105 to 109, and you can see pretty much all week long temperatures will be in the lower 90s. For your 4th of July, look for mostly dry conditions, 93 degrees. That's good news for any fireworks, but maybe a stray shower throughout the week, but most of us will remain dry.
A hot, muggy work week ahead until Independence Day. Thanks, Tom, and thank you folks for joining us. We're out of time here at 10. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a good one. We'll see you.